So the decision tree using Gini index is basically related to the concept of inequality. Now, what do you mean by inequality? So basically, as per the Oxford decision, it is the quality of being unequal or even, or an instance being unequal. So in this concept, when you're defining inequality, so in this means what do we mean? So basically, it is an use. Gini index is basically used in the case of economics to basically define the inequality between rich and poor, right? So basically, our primary interest is in economic inequality. In this concept, the inequality measures the disparity between a percentage of population and percentage of resources such as income received by that population. Okay. So our nation generates certain resources, right? And how is that resource basically divided among the people? A percentage of the people defines the basically inequality or the disparity. So inequality increases as the disparity increases. If some people have more, then the disparity increases. So basically, when we are talking about inequality, we have to come across a certain measures to measure this inequality. So in this case, there is a very important concept called Lorentz curve. So Lorentz curve represents the distribution of income among the population. It expresses the relationship between cumulative percentage of households and cumulative percentage of income, right? So let us see. So basically, so in here you see that what is the Lorentz income? So there is the lowest fifth. So the 10% of the people here have the 10% of the income. Then it is basically cumulative. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then it goes in here. Share or basically increases as well as the cumulative. So there's a cumulative distribution. So cumulative percentage of households and there's a cumulative percentage of income. And we try to draw the one second. Let us wait for 1 or 2 minutes and then we will start. So we are talking about decision tree, making a decision tree from a data set using the Gini index. Now, what is the Gini index? It basically measures the inequality. What is inequality? Inequality represents basically the two quantities become unequal, or an instance of become unequal, or basically disparity. So basically, Gini index is basically used in the concept of economics, right? So basically, Gini index is used to compute the disparity of income between the rich and the poor, or how the 1% of the population gets all the benefits and the other percentage of the majority population does not get the benefits. So basically, there is a way, basically 2 ways to compute how the inequality happens, right? The first one is the Lorentz curve. The Lorentz curve represents the distribution of income. It expresses a relationship between cumulative percentage of households and cumulative percentage of income. Cumulative মানে কি হচ্ছে একের পরে দুই হবে মানে ঠিক আছে ধরো এক 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 এরকম করে বাড়ছে তো তাহলে আমরা কিউমুলেটিভে কি কেমন করে গুনি একের পরে দুই দুইয়ের পরে তিন তিনের পরে চার এইভাবে বাড়তে থাকে তেমনই হয় ফর দ্য রিসোর্সেস অলসো. So in this case, you see the lowest is 10%, 15, 20, 25, 30, and the cumulative share is basically 10%, 25%, 45, 70, 100%. So it is increasing cumulative, right? And then we write the cumulative share percentage, right? So it is 10, 15. So it is the income share. Lowest fifth quartile has 10% of the share. Second has 15. Third has 20. Fourth has 25 and highest has 30. So the highest richest people has the 30% of all the resources. So it is cumulatively how it is counted. 10 plus 15 becomes 25. 25 plus 20 becomes 45. 45 plus 70 becomes 45 plus 25 becomes 70. 70 plus 30 becomes 100. So this is the cumulative percentage of income. And in here, that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it is divided into 20. 100 is divided into 5 parts of 20 each, right? So for A, it is 10. For B, it is 25. For C, it is around 45. For D, it is 70. For E, it is 100, right? So this is the Lorentz curve. If there is no disparity between the incomes, if there is no disparity between the incomes, then the curve is straight line, right? Like this one. So it is basically a 45-degree slope, right? So there is no disparity between the income. But if there is a disparity of the income, so the curve bends a little. So it shows the percentage that which increases the, means which gains the maximum, which takes the maximum resources, right? So basically, the more Lorentz curve shows the unequal distribution of income. The more both the Lorentz curve is, the more unequal distribution of the income. So Gini index is what? So Gini index is equal to the area between the line of perfect income equality. So this is the line of perfect equality, and this is the Lorentz curve which defines the inequality. So this blue part, the blue area, this blue area defines the Gini index. A Gini index of coefficient 0 is complete equality, while a Gini index of 1 means complete income inequality. Okay, I think you understood this detail. Now let us go into the next point. So Gini index basically, so how to compute this area, right? So purity of Gini index is basically computed like this way: probability of 1 is multiplied by 1 minus probability of that part, right? So if it is close to 1, so it is basically it becomes, the node becomes much more purer. Now other splitting criterion is basically you can say, so other splitting criterion of Gini index is what? 1 minus summation of all probability of the classes. So maximum 1 represents that the basically Gini, it is 1 minus this one. So basically in this case, 1 minus represents the impurity. This is basically represents the impurity, right? So when it is maximum impure, that means the records are equally distributed among all the classes, implying least interesting information. And when it is minimum 0.0, so that means it belongs to, all records belong to one class, implying most important interesting information. So we want to minimize the Gini split value. So in information gain, what we used to find? The maximum information gain. But in here, we try to find the minimum Gini index, right? So this is the example of a stock market. So basically, depending upon we have to find the Gini index of the past open. So these are the three, what you can say, attributes. So these are the three attributes, and this is our basically our main class. That is the return. Okay. So this is our main class. Return is our main class. This is our main class. So let us find the Gini index for each of the past trend, open interest, and trading balance. So let us find the Gini index of the that is the past trend. So past trend, we see there are basically, let us say, for positive, and there is a negative class. For positive, there are certain ups and downs. For negative, there are certain ups and downs, right? So if the past trend is positive, then it is equal to 6 by 10. If past 10 is negative, it is 4 by 10. So there are, out of 10, there are 6 positives and there are 4 negatives, If the past trend is positive and the return is up, if the past trend is positive and the return is up, then the probability is 4 by 6. If the past trend is positive and the return is down, the probability is 2 by 6. So the Gini index is found it like this way. That is 1 minus 4 by 6 whole square plus 2 by 6 by 2 whole square. That is a minus is a common to them. So this is around 0.45. If the past trend is negative, the number of downs and ups are like this way. So if the past trend is negative, so if the past trend is negative and the return is up, the probability is 0. If the past trend is negative and the return is down, the probability is 4 by 4. The Gini index in this case is 0. 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So the weighted sum of the Gini index can be calculated as, so basically 6 by 10 into 0.45 plus 4 by 10 into 0, that is equal to 0.27. So the past trend Gini index we have found out. Now we find the attribute for the open interest. For again open interest, there is a 2 points, that is high and low, 4 and 6. For if it is high, if the open interest is high, what is the return? If it is up or down, that we compute from in here. That is 2 by 4 and 2 by 4. So Gini index is 0.5. For open interest is equal to low and return, that is equal to 2 by 6 and 4 by 6. The Gini index is 0.45. Then for open interest, for this class, for this attribute, the value is basically 0.47. For attribute trading volume, the Gini index is 7 by 10 and 3 by 10, high and low. So again, we computed Gini index for trading value is high and return is up and down. We calculate is 0.49. If the trading volume is low and return is up, and the trading volume is low, return down is 0 and 3 by 3, it is around 0. So the weighted average is 0.34. So there we found the average weighted Gini index for the three values, that is past, trend, open interest, and trading volume as 0.27, 0.47, and 0.34. We select this one. This is the minimum. Right. That means it represents the more pure one. So now, past trend we have seen, it is either positive and negative. Right. So we filtered the positive data out and negative data out. Now for positive data, we have to compute the Gini index. For open interest and trading volume. For negative also, we have to find the Gini index for the open interest and trading volume. Okay. So for positive trend, we have to calculate the Gini index. If open interest equal to high and return equal to up, so like this way again we compute the Gini index for basically the open interest, right? And for again low, we compute it is, so it is around 0.50. So weighted sum of the Gini index of the calculated as 2 by 6 into 0 plus 4 by 6 is 0.5, it is 0.2. For trading volume, it is around 0. So between these two, we compute that the trading volume is the minimum. So we break the node as this way. So the tree is basically missing this one. Right. The second is our basically in this case it is positive or negative. For again the positive class, we find it is basically open interest. So it is either, so basically positive we see it is low and high. So for high, low and low, it will be basically high, it is up. So we'll find this one, right? So in this way, we just try to find the Gini index. So in the later part, we will compute the decision tree in this fashion. তোমরা বুঝেছো? হ্যালো। তো এটা এইভাবে ধীরে ধীরে আমরা ডিসিশন ট্রিটাকে ইউজিং গিনি ইন্ডেক্স বানাই। ঠিক আছে, আমি তোমাদের ক্লাসরুমে এই ক্লাসের নোটসগুলো ভরে দিচ্ছি। ঠিক আছে, তোমরা এটাকে অ্যাসাইনমেন্টটাকে কমপ্লিট করে আজকের মধ্যে জমা করে দাও। হ্যালো হ্যালো, মেহুল, শ্রেয়সী, সায়ন, প্রাচী, শিবম।
স্যার স্যার একটা ফর্মুলা স্কোয়ার রুট কিভাবে হলো, মানে একটা স্লাইডে ফর্মুলাতে ছিল।
ওটা স্কোয়ার, স্কোয়ার রুট তো ছিল না, স্কোয়ার ছিল তো।
আচ্ছা স্কোয়ার,
এই তো
হ্যাঁ
স্কোয়ার,
স্কোয়ার।
সব করে তো স্কোয়ার। 1/2 হোল
ওকে
স্কোয়ার, 2/6
স্যার,
4/6।
ফর্মুলাটা এটাই।
হ্যাঁ, গিনি ইন্ডেক্সের ফর্মুলা হচ্ছে এটা, পিউরিটি, টু ফাইন্ড দ্য পিউরিটি,
ওকে স্যার।
and you have to find the minimum Gini index.
ওকে স্যার।
ঠিক আছে,
হুম,
এটা হোল স্কোয়ার, ওটাখানে শুধু স্কোয়ার লেখা আছে, স্কোয়ার রুট নয়, এটা স্কোয়ার শুধু।
ঠিক আছে
ওকে
স্যার।
ওকে।
হুম,
So any more questions? So decision tree we have found out using both principles, that is the information entropy measure as well as the Gini index. So I have given you the assignment, you can complete it by today. ঠিক আছে, তাহলে আমি গুগল ক্লাসরুমে অ্যাসাইনমেন্টটা খুলে দিই। আর তোমাদের কিন্তু রিগ্রেশন অ্যানালিসিস একমাত্র ওদের শ্রেয়সী জমা করেছে, আর কেউ জমা করেনি। এগুলো কমপ্লিট করো, এগুলো কমপ্লিট না করলে হবে না। বোস্টন ডাইনামিক্স বা 5-3 বছরের মধ্যে তোমাদের তো এই মেশিন লার্নিং ফিল্ডে তো জাম্প করতেই হবে, বা ডেটা সায়েন্সের ফিল্ড জাম্প করতেই হবে। তখন এই জিনিসগুলোই তোমাকে জিজ্ঞেস করবে, হোয়াট ইজ গিনি ইন্ডেক্স, হোয়াট ইজ ইনফরমেশন এনট্রপি। ইন্টারভিউতে এই কোশ্চেনগুলোই আসবে। ঠিক আছে, হ্যালো।
হ্যাঁ
ঠিক আছে,
স্যার।
তোমাদের রোল, হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, রোল নাম্বার গুলো দিয়ে দাও। Put your roll number down. আর তোমাদের এমনিতে ক্লাসে এমনি অ্যাটেন্ডেন্সটা কম কেন হচ্ছে? তোমাদের ক্লাসে অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স কম হলে কিন্তু এবার তোমাদের কাছে ছুটি যাবে হয়তো। ওকে, ইউ ক্যান লিভ দ্য মিটিং, বাট ইউ আই এম গুগল ক্লাসরুমে আমি অ্যাসাইনমেন্টটা করে দিচ্ছি, তোমরা আজকের মধ্যে পারলে এটা কমপ্লিট করে অ্যাসাইনমেন্টটা কমপ্লিট করে জমা করে দাও।
ঠিক আছে স্যার।
ওকে, তো তোমার মিটিংটা ছেড়ে দিতে পারো। এই কোথায় গেল মেহুল? মেহুল, মেহুল অন্য কিছু করছে। মেহুল, চ্যাট বক্সে অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স তো দিয়ে দাও, লিখে দাও, কেউ মেহুলের নামটা লিখে দাও তো। আচ্ছা ওকে, সায়নও শুনতে পাচ্ছে না কথা। এবার অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স তো তোমাদের কমে যাবে, তুমি যদি অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স না লেখো। রাখি আছে, অমিত, অমিত তো
Yes,
লিখেছো,
sir.
সুমন লিখেছো অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স? না, সুমনও নেই। ঠিক আছে, তোমরা এই অ্যাসাইনমেন্টটা কমপ্লিট করে আজকের মধ্যে আমাকে জমা করে দাও। ঠিক আছে, আমি এখনই গুগল ক্লাসরুমের অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স আর স্লাইডগুলো করে দিচ্ছি। তোমার সাইড
Okay, sir.